Sara was 12 years old, with big curious eyes and a secret she hadn't told anyone yet. This story begins on an ordinary day, when telling the truth felt anything but ordinary. Sometimes being honest is harder than it seems. And that morning, Sara already knew something inside her didn't feel right. At school, everyone was whispering about what had happened. Sara sat quietly at her desk, staring at her hands. She knew the truth, but she hadn't said it out loud. Ms. Layla, the teacher, spoke gently. Honesty is the bravest thing you can do. Sara looked down. Her heart gave a little thump. She knew those words were meant for her, even if no one else did. That night, Sara couldn't sleep. The room was dark, but her mind was full of noise, memories, doubts, and one little choice she hadn't made yet. She remembered it clearly, the moment she broke the rules and let someone else take the blame. She hadn't said a word, but sometimes silence can become a lie all by itself. In the morning, she felt it again, a small weight in her chest, like a pebble she couldn't shake off. At school, her friends were laughing, playing, forgetting. But inside, Sara was still holding on to what she hadn't said. Then something changed. Sara took a deep breath. She didn't want to carry the pebble anymore. With shaking hands and a nervous heart, she raised her voice. I need to tell you something, she said. There was silence. Everyone turned to her. For a moment, the world felt very still. Her teacher smiled, not in a proud way, but in a kind, warm way that said, I know that took courage. Sara felt something change inside her, a tiny light, a kind of strength she hadn't felt before. She learned something that day. Telling the truth can be scary, but it can also make you feel free. One of her classmates whispered, that was brave. Sara didn't answer, but she smiled a little, because deep down she knew it was. After that day, something stayed with her, a quiet voice that reminded her, being honest is hard, but it's always worth it. Sometimes, the little lies still try to creep in, but now, Sara knows how to stop. She just listens to her heart and tells the truth. The next time a mistake happened, she had a choice. And this time, she chose honesty. Her chest felt lighter, like the pebble had finally disappeared. Later that week, something unexpected happened. Someone else made a mistake, one that everyone noticed. People started blaming the wrong person again, just like before. Sara watched it all. Her heart beat faster. She knew how it felt to be quiet when the truth was hiding. This time, she didn't stay silent. She stood up. It wasn't her, Sara said. It was an accident, and I saw it. Everyone paused. The teacher looked at her kindly. Sara's friend gave a soft, surprised smile. At recess, a few classmates walked over. You didn't have to do that, they said. I wanted to, Sara replied. It felt right. That afternoon, the clouds drifted slowly across the sky. Sara sat alone under a tree, thinking. She thought about truth, about how hard it can be, and how powerful. She remembered how scared she used to be, and how heavy that little secret had felt. Now, something had shifted. The fear hadn't disappeared, but it didn't stop her anymore. The next day, during art class, their teacher gave them a new topic. Draw something that shows your heart. Sara picked up her pencil. She didn't draw a heart like everyone else. She drew a girl standing in a storm, holding a lantern. The lantern glowed just a little, but it lit the way through the darkness. When her teacher saw the drawing, she smiled. What's her name? She asked. Sara thought for a moment, then answered, I think her name is also Sara. Later, as everyone packed up their things, the teacher quietly pinned Sara's drawing on the wall. That night, as the wind moved through the trees, Sara looked out the window. She felt calm, light, real. Telling the truth hadn't solved everything, but it had changed something inside her. Now, when she looked at herself in the mirror, she didn't feel like someone hiding. She saw someone learning, someone brave, someone honest. And even though she was still just a kid, Sarah had found something that would stay with her forever: the courage to tell the truth, even when it's hard.
Like video and subscribe to our channel for more videos.